Welcome back. We're about to get onto the boat and talk to the lady from Ozon. Also, I got a notification that my batteries are low, so if I suddenly have a cut in the video, it's because I went to change it. So, and I just didn't say anything. Alright. Can we just look at that first, I guess? Your room in the Whirling isn't much bigger than this sloop. This is worth more than you'll ever earn in your life. Oh, yeah.
A striking woman leans against the cabin top of her sailing boat, smiling as you approach. Her green raincoat glistens with droplets. A silk scarf is tied around her throat.
Oh, she's got like choral music and everything. She's very fancy.
Good afternoon, officers. I'm Joyce.
Oh, and she has that kind of an accent as well. She extends her hand in greeting.
Joyce L. Messier. I represent the board of Wild Pines, the owners of the harbour. You gentlemen must be from the RCM.
She steps closer and holds her hand over the railing. Alright, now, Kim told me last time to be as off the wall and crazy as I can, so... Alright. Joyce L, what does the L stand for? What is the RCM? Alright, what does the L stand for?
Peyton, my maiden name.
Her bony hand dangles from the sleeve of her oversized raincoat. What exactly is the RCM? I remember hearing it from somewhere. The brain damage was very serious.
I meant you, the Revachol Citizens Militia, the police.
Oh, what gave us away?
Nothing, honestly. I've said it to every drunk in town, and you're the first one who's responded.
Oh.
Relax. She meant it in jest.
Oh, I did not get that from the sound of her voice, so okay. Should I shake her hand? Not shake her hand? I mean, I guess I don't have any reason to not shake it. Alright, we'll shake it, fine.
I'm glad to see you here.
Her grip is tight and cold.
Like steel. There is strength there. If she wanted, she could sink her nails deep into your skin.
I mean, I suppose anybody could, if they really wanted to, unless they had super brittle nails.
I was dispatched to handle a strike, not a lynching. Anything I can do to assist the RCM in this matter, I will, gladly.
That is good to hear, madame. My colleague will take the lead on this interview. I should let you know that he is recovering from an unusual medical episode. Very unusual.
Thanks, Kim.
But I can assure you of his ultimate competency.
Well, at least that, but he's really playing it up, isn't he?
There's a trace of irony in his voice. Mischief, even. This is a tactic.
Aha.
It happens quicker than a shooting star. But did the lieutenant just wink at you?
Hey, he's having fun with this, isn't he?
How interesting. I wish you a swift recovery. In the meanwhile, you have my full cooperation, and the full cooperation of the Wild Pines group.
Alright, what's the weirdest thing that we can do? You're on a boat. Okay. Tell me about Wild Pines. What do you do? Tell me about the strike. Tell me about the lynching, the tattoos. You seem rich. Can I have some money? No, alright. You're on a boat. Maybe I should go for it. You seem rich. Can I have some money?
Is what you want to say, but it isn't that easy, is it?
Oh. Wait, why not?
Look at that lady. Take a gander. Squint your eyes, bub.
Alright. What nice fabrics.
Why, yes. Tucked away under that sturdy green raincoat, almost rustic in its simplicity, a silk shirt and matching scarf around her gentle throat, while dull orange pearls hang from her earlobes, red from the cold. Her light green eyes scan you, full of knowledge and worry, wealth and all its possibilities. These are the kind eyes of the rich man that seem to say everything is possible, within reason.
Yeah, so?
Now look at you, you misery-clad simian, barely able to tie your own laces. Your armpits are lakes. A scythe of booze precedes you. Your hair sticks to your forehead, and your underwear feels uncomfortable.
You don't pull any punches in Lid Empire.
You're poor. Poor as balls. You can't ask this person for money. You're too...
Ashamed? I'm not ashamed. What is this feeling? I've never felt it before. I'm a goddamn working man. I'm not ashamed to shake this leech for some dough, as I should be, for even considering it. This is a woman, and I'm a man. I should make my own money. Yeah, I'm not ashamed to shake this leech for some dough.
You think your little communism protects you from this feeling? No. The more demeaning it is to grovel at her feet.
As I was saying, if there's any way I may be of assistance, please don't hesitate to ask.
Oh, we actually can do that. We have very low volition, but okay. I'll hold this one. It's a white check, so I can retry it later. All right, let's do you're on a boat.
Why, yes I am.
So we just stared at her for like entire minutes. And then we're like, you're on a boat. Not a lot of people on boats, are there?
Of course there are. We're on an archipelago. How else are you supposed to get around?
Wait, we're on an archipelago? Look around.
Yes, we are. We are on Le Caillou.
Technically, the neighboring Ozon and Fas a la Mer island groups are archipelagos, while La Caillou, by contrast, is a single fertile landmass, the fourth largest island in the world. It is not an archipelago.
Oh, thank you, Encyclopedia. Time to hit her with that. Wait, I thought Le Caillou was one big island.
Okay, if you want to get technical. The point is, we're all on islands here, and sail is still the most expedient way to get from one island to another. Especially when you're in a hurry to resolve a strike.
She's getting a little testy. Still, I haven't seen anyone sail a boat around here.
I haven't seen anyone else drive a souped-up Capri Kenema motor carriage either.
Oh, don't you sass, Kim.
Actually, that motor carriage has been specially issued to serve as a patrol and pursuit vehicle. It's for crossing long distances in the greater Ravachol industrial harbor. It's not a toy.
Neither is this. A toy, I mean. It's a machine for crossing long distances in the Bay of Revachol, between the city and the islands.
You need to make this lady admit she's only riding around on this boat because she's rich.
You know I do.
Before you do, it would be pertinent to ask other questions. Gather more info on this boat of hers.
Oh, thanks, Rhetoric. All right, what about the name? Does she have a name?
The boat? No. It is called Cor de Lady 19 because that's the type of sloop it is.
Okay, but what kind of boat is it?
It's a pleasure craft, a 19 pacer. It also happens to be rated for Category 1 racing. Though these days I mainly use it for business.
Very fancy. How do you like it?
My sloop? I like it a lot. It's the eel's hips, baby.
The eel's hips. Is that a thing that people say? Is that like some hello fellow kids kind of thing?
I'm enjoying this part of the interview. It has so little to do with the murder we're investigating.
You put me up to this, Kim. You have you have only yourself to blame. Now, I hope that he's serious, that he really is. But he did give me that wink earlier, so he must be. Do you have a license?
Officer, I assure you I'm a highly qualified pleasure craft operator.
Okay, but do you have a license?
The crowns of her teeth are porcelain, white as the boat's hull as she smiles. Her nonchalance might be related to something called the Wayfarer Act, a law that says she doesn't need a license. Sly Fox, you're not aggressive enough to harass her further on this.
Using some like loophole kind of nonsense. Okay, go for the kill. Let's talk about the economics of this boat you're on.
Oh my, the E word. You mean to say that it's a symbol of conspicuous consumption? That I'm a member of the ruling class?
Yes, exactly. A class wartime, baby. What is Prequisomundo? Alright, wait, I'm gonna look this word up because I have never heard this before. Well, I googled it, and the only things that came up were related to this very game, so I don't even know if that is a word. And Google Translate said it might be Portuguese, and said need world, but need world class wartime, baby? I don't know. Okay. Maybe I'll do that. That is kind of like crazy. Prequiso mundo, class wartime, baby.
Detective, may I remind you that Mrs. Messier is a professional negotiator.
He doesn't look like he thinks you'll best her in single combat. What? You don't think that I could beat this woman?
Then what does that say?
She points to the...
Does it say docking reserved for residents of Rue de Saint-Ghislain, 33A?
She points to the plaque on the side of the pier.
33A? This old proletarian haunt here. As I said, plenty of people drive boats, of all social strata.
She waves at the ruin looming overhead. Oh my god. Reaction speed 4. It's a high chance, 72%, because we know about the revolution, and it's the eel's heels. Oh, but it's a red check. This is a one and done. Come on. Come on, big money. Big money, no whammies.
Your synapses flash.
Yeah. This house was built before the revolution. Funny, I don't see any other eel's heels around. There doesn't seem to be much space left with this 19-pace sloop sloop docked here. Oh, any of these would be good. And I have a feeling I cannot say all of them. Let's see, she talked about I'm going to do a quick review of what she said. What does this say? Does it say docking reserved for residents? This old proletarian haunt here. Oh, this house was built before the revolution. Like, it's bombed out and crap fallen apart like this because of the revolution caused by rich people. Oh, that might actually be the best one to say.
Okay, it is anti-centennial.
She looks at the building looming overhead. The people who live here or live there now lead a different lifestyle, if you know what I mean.
I assure you, they drove quite a hard bargain for this space. But you're right. I am a bourgeois woman, and this is my fast, lightweight, interminably bourgeois boat.
Got it. I guess I only got experience out of it, but still. Got it. Gotcha. You bitch. I think I've got a handle on the boat thing.
Good.
She takes a sip of her thermal cup. Let's see. You seem smart. I need someone to give me a lowdown on this reality we're in. Okay, we'll do that, but I'm going to start with this. Tell me about Wild Pines. What do you do?
What we do? I'm afraid I don't speak for Wild Pines as a whole. It's a giant undertaking.
There was a touch of discomfort there. She wants to merely represent.
So what do they do?
The Pines' core competency is logistics. Container shipping, freight, that sort of thing. See those airships there, blinking? Those are the shipping side of things. And that is the terminal. Another subdivision deals with energy, oil and gas exploration, offshore platforms.
The Wild Pines Group is one of the original Revacholian Indo-tribes. Companies awarded royal monopolies by the king, the suzerain himself, centuries ago. The king is long gone, but several of the Indo-tribes remain.
That kind of reminds me of how, like, some of the Westerners came to Hawaii and built these giant corporations that are still hanging around today and control a lot of things here on the island. Who are the other Indo-tribes? You're in good company, it seems. How much money do they have? Who are the other Indo-tribes?
Son Baptiste, Elysium, an unknown entity known as Brightest Star.
You're in good company, it seems.
Why, thank you.
She does not register the real meaning of the remark. How much money does Wild Pines have?
I'm not at liberty to discuss the company balance sheet, but I can tell you that last year, the company booked more than 20 billion real in revenue.
That's it? I thought the Wild Pines was supposed to be big time. The money I owe is so much less than that. I mean, this could be said as, like, straight or, like, joking, kind of, like, sarcastic. Alright, that's it? I thought the Wild Pines was supposed to be big time.
And to think, there are years when the group books losses in the billions.
A wave hits the sloop. She grasps the mainstay for balance.
Walpines employ 72,000 people, all of whom have families that depend on their salaries. It is a tremendous responsibility.
But where does Wild Pines get all of these billions?
They started as an exploration and cargo fleet conducting trade between the Samaran and Insulindian Isolas 250 years ago, when Pine ships explored the South Seminese and charted Lormantang on behalf of the suzerain. Centuries of care, deliberation, and madness have gone into this endeavor. Vessels pass through the great unrest to re-emerge with apricots in tow. The logic of the system is totalizing. It's taken everything from its employees to build it.
That's a choice of words there. Probably helps to start out with a royal monopoly. What does such a huge system want with a place like this? Yeah, it probably starts to help out. It probably helps to start with the royal monopoly.
You know more than you let on. Certainly it helped, but most of the original Indo tribes have failed or been absorbed. To survive, Wildpines had to grow and adapt. No suzerain did that.
What does such a huge system want with a place like this?
You mean aside from being the terminal's legal owners, who are responsible for moving 8% of the world's cargo?
It's quite the endeavor. You don't keep it moving, the workers do. The company is nothing without them. Oh yeah, alright. Leaning right into that communism.
We built this district.
Suddenly now she says we. Aha!
There it is. She owns up
Oh,
to
I got it, Rhetoric. Don't you worry.
All the best parts of it. Rue de Saint-Ghislain, with its bastions. The plazas Meteor and Mosaic. Even some of the old street lamps have been put back thanks to the investments from the WP.
Have you looked around? There's like... the entire plaza over there is shit. It's like... there's... What did it say? There's like a tectonic... I don't know what word it said, but like there's some tectonic activity. Like the tiles that make up the plaza are just like upended. You think that they could throw a little bit of money at something like that if they're going to be using this place and taking advantage of workers and crap. Come on, lady.
Before Martinez was swallowed by the industrial harbour, even before it was part of Revachol, long before Terminal B was erected here, the Pines built it as a resort for its Revacholian employees. A company getaway, for a weekend or a summer holiday. Then came the revolution. But that's another matter. I'm here to make sure the Pines can fulfill their responsibilities to the place they built.
A company getaway for probably the richest members of the Pines. What can you tell me about the strike? No, we're going to hold off on the strike stuff. It's the lynching. Do you know something about tattoos? You seem smart. I need someone to give me a lowdown on this reality we're in.
This reality?
She pulls her hood closer around her neck. Yeah.
Yes, reality is your side case. An experimental side case.
I am conducting a personal investigation into the world I find myself in. I got so drunk I forgot everything. No time to explain. Just give me the lowdown. Now's not a good time. Oh, should I go with the... I'm so drunk. No. She's gonna use that as, like, fodder for her, like, racial sensibility. Or not racial, her classist sensibility of being superior to me. I am conducting a personal investigation into the world I find myself in.
How truly curious. A sort of philosopher detective.
My theory is that this inquiry into the nature of reality will ultimately converge with our murder investigation. They are really one and the same. That's not why I need to give me the lowdown. I mean, that... I don't know if this will back me out of the conversation. You know what? Why not? Sure. Maybe it's going to converge.
Are they now?
A deep synthesis. I'll assist you however I can then. Go ahead.
Oh, she's actually buying that, huh?
All right, we're in. I know these all look good, but begin with the first, okay?
Thanks, Encyclopedia. Oh, look at some of these. 8%. Oh. Phew. Where are we?
We're in Martinez, baby.
Baby?
A casual term of endearment popular among the 50-plus crowd. It's a disco holdover, pay it no heed.
Oh, but I am a disco holdover myself.
Aren't we all?
She refers to your corresponding ages.
And what is Martinet?
Martinez is a district of Revachol. A very small district tucked away near the industrial harbour, north of the 881 and Jamrock. You would be excused for not knowing about it. Unimportant, they say. Forgotten even. Shelled to smithereens during the Revolution. It has its charms, just not this time of year.
She does not think highly of it, but she's being very polite about it. Tell me more about Martinez. You mentioned a sea. Okay, that's Martinez. Tell me about another, perhaps even more fundamental. Tell me about Martinez.
I'm not a good ambassador. I've only been here once before.
Oh,
as
so
a
a long
teenager.
time ago.
Not a lot has changed. There are ruins, a terminal, fishing boats, reeds, boys with boxy shoulders. As I told you, Martinez used to be a province, a workers' resort before the city swallowed it and the artillery did its part. Now the reeds are the real star of the show here. The further down the coast, the wilder it gets.
You mentioned a sea. What sea is this?
It's not really a sea, it's the Bay of Revachol. And the bay feeds into the
Are
ocean.
we near the ocean?
Yes. We're on an island in an ocean, the world's largest body of water, the Insulindic.
She's completely willing to just go along with all this. I love it. The Insulindic, huh? Okay.
Known to the early Revacholians as Les Immensités Bleues, the Blue Immensities.
What's the name of this island? Oh, isn't the island... Because, wait, the city... Okay, we're in Martinez, but the city is Revachol, so... Oh yeah, I guess... Do I not know the name of the island? Oh, right, Caillou.
As you already know. Imagine a pebble. A smoothed-over pebble amidst a great blue sea. Misshapen, cracked. The cracks are the river Esperance. We're in the delta of this river, on the 6th branch. The Martinez distributary.
Okay, that's Martinez. What about Revachol? So that continues, but does this take me back to the other stuff? Okay, let's continue down. That's Martinez. What's Revachol?
Revachol? Revachol is what you call a city.
What kind of city?
The great kind.
Oh, really? You don't seem all that interested, or not? You don't seem like you like it all that much. What makes Revachol great?
History, detective. They built this city to resolve history. Our part in it, at least. Our centuries.
Who built it? When? Why? Who built it?
The nations of the Occident, or migrant workers from Seminine and Ile-Marat, depending on your creed.
When?
In the DeLorean century. 380 years ago.
And why will it resolve history? That's an odd thing to say.
They say it's where the terrible questions of our time will be answered. The tensions are highest, the fault lines deepest. By that I mean conflicts. Ideological conflicts. The stuff of men.
You think there's going to be some great war here in the future? You want to go talk to that Seminese guy? He's got some things to say. Why here?
We are standing on a fertile, self-sufficient island able to sustain up to 200 million people in the middle of the Insulindic Ocean, the world's connective tissue. It's where the money is.
So we're unimportant part of an important place. Pretty much at the center of the world, so we're on the periphery. Basically nobody's. I kind of like that. We're at the center of the world. Yeah.
Oh, we're quite a way off. About...
She points across the water where the skyscrapers rise.
A collection of tall ghosts behind the water vapor, light reflecting off their glass windows.
22 kilometers from the center of the world. That soldering iron is the Bank of the World building. The bottom floors are Insiacom. Coalition government in Cylindian Mission Command.
So she judges the center of the world as what is basically, I assume, the biggest bank in the world.
Silence. She lowers her hand. The water, the light. It's as though you're seeing it for the first time. There is no recognition, only the immensity of the sea and the cold radiating from it.
What are we? I don't know any of this. Say nothing, observe the large body of water swelling, cold. Going all like existential here. Why? Where are we? Now let's say nothing. Observe the large body of water, cold.
She observes your eyes scanning the horizon, then breaks the silence, slowly.
Just discovered derealization. Oh man, okay. What will that do?
This is one thought you need to complete. Where are you?
Was there something else you wanted to know? I remember something about a lowdown.
This has been informative. Thank you, ma'am. I'm sure my memory-impaired partner has many more questions to ask about even more fundamental aspects.
Oh, you
of
got it,
reality.
Kim.
Might I suggest not asking them all right now? Ma'am, Messier will be here later too, and tomorrow. Isn't that true, ma'am?
Absolutely. My commitment here is long-term.
I see. Okay, so we don't have to like get everything out of her now, and that's also that's also so we can make it back to the hotel or the Whirling. That's the hotel in big finger quotes. The hotel. We can get back to the Whirling and do the debrief and check for the Union guys. But wouldn't I be lazy if I don't do it all now? No, you're right, Lieutenant. I'll continue later.
It's better not to eat all your candy at once.
Indeed. I'm always at your service.
Man, okay. Impossible. But we can retry it. Although, that I should probably hold on to until I've done these other ones, just so that I might get a couple pluses to it. But looks like I've probably gotten the one for this. What is... No, actually, I'll come back to it. That's all for now.
Glad to have been of assistance. The little that I know. Anything else I can do?
And that is a white check. Herd of billions. I should probably wait just to see if I do get any other pluses to this. Thank you, that's all for now. Ask her absolutely nothing pertinent to any investigation or the strike.
Of course, Detective. Take care.
Thank you for allowing me to waste your time. Yeah, it's getting a little late. We should check back at the Whirling. Maybe somebody's there by now. And then it is almost time for the debrief with Kim. Which was it? I think it was either 19 or maybe it was 21. See, look at this. There's all these cracks in here. If that company's so invested in this place, they could have done something to fix that up. How long ago was the artillery? How long ago was the city shelled? Yeah, there's still not really anybody here. And we don't have another We didn't find the song. Oh, the music's different. There's different instrumentation. Alright, let's see what we can do. Yeah, we'll go back and ask her those questions later. The end of day debrief. Oh, it's at 22. Okay, so we do have a little ways for that. And that's tomorrow. There's a union box. They're not there today, but most likely eventually show up. Okay, so we'll just have to keep checking back for these guys. We can't go to the fishing village yet. Oh, Kuno. Alright, we can go back out and talk to Kuno. It's a lot peppier, the music in there. Kuno?
Fuck does Kuno care?
God, I hate talking to this kid. I hate his voice. Talk to the gardener. She said not to listen to you. I talked to Mañana about the armor. Talk about the body. Questions. And this was the empathy check. Yeah. Oof. It's gonna be impossible to do. I talked to the gardener. She said not to listen to you.
Do you have any idea how fucking stupid that sounds?
Of all people to say that.
Kuno's cruising his bitch on the town, and the bitch comes back griefing to the Kuno. What is up with that?
Are you calling the gardener your bitch? Heal yourself now.
Get the fuck out of here, fat ass! Those pants are too small for you.
So, do you have to heal yourself before you actually take the damage, or what? Or is that just to save you from dying, well, dying, you know, in quotes, if you were on 1 morale?
The pants are totally okay. Don't listen to her. She's trying to give you body image problems.
I talked to Mañana about the armor.
So?
He raises up his eyebrows, projecting aggressive indifference. He told me you promised to sick the pigs on him. He said to thank you. Wasn't too keen on chasing down that armor anyway. He said you're now the king of the entire Jamrock? Is that related to his thing? His, like, the thing he was talking about, got all excited about, that Kuno S did not like? Alright, sure.
North Jamrock. Kuno meant everything north of 881. The rooster fucked Kuno's words up. Kuno doesn't do south. Doesn't fuck with the madre.
Kuno sent your fat ass running around like jello.
Look, pig. Kuno sent you to rough some people up. Kuno played you. That happened. Now you and Kuno should move on.
I will remember this,
You
Kuno.
got fucked. You got fucked, pig. Fucked bad. Of course you're gonna remember this. Now get the fuck out of here, griefing the Kuno. After this shit, you better have something real interesting to say if you want to stay in Kuno's face.
Yeah, real interesting.
Was there anything else under these? I mean, we do still have them highlighted. All right, I'm gonna look in. I want to discuss the body.
Fuck about it.
Oh, there is nothing left.
Your
Okay.
test.
Get lost.
Yeah,
Crime scene?
the kingdom of Kuno. The fuck do you want with it?
We never asked about the trash container.
Don't be wondering about Kuno's shit, pig.
Perhaps might have stashed something more in that container.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. Why the fuck are you telling this shit to Kuno? Yeah, whatever. Kuno doesn't give a shit.
All right, I'm
Kuno
off.
doesn't
God, it's always a waste to talk to this kid. Oh, yeah, that's where I'm looking. Replace the lost bull. Due to some confusion over the game, Renee and Gaston are playing. You threw one of their pétanque boules far into the sea. The shot was excellent, but now you owe them a boule, or at least similar-looking metal sphere. Wasn't there a boule over there? I do remember seeing the word boule over there on the out here on the pier when I was investigating something. Wasn't it this? Maybe I looked at that and that was the Bool, but that's going to be way too big. Alright, what else we got? Inspect the body. But I still want to go back and try that Inland Empire. Oh, we only need 10 experience. Pay for damages. Check down your badge. Oh, the tattoos. The collar, secret passage, sad song. Talk to Joyce. That's going to take a while. Get the boots. The gun. Okay. I could go back in the shop. I didn't finish talking to the lady. I'm sure I left some things unsaid here.
Romance and biographies of famous people. My name is Plaisance. Be welcome, and please take responsibility for the energy you bring into this space.
Before we go on, you seem to be well off enough. Can you give me some money? I feel there won't be an opportune moment to ask later. Aren't they? They are working pretty hard, I'm sure, because, I mean, she's got to have her kid out, like, trying to get people to come inside. You know what? I need money anyway.
Sir, don't be ridiculous. I certainly will not give you money. I would be doing you a grave psychic disfavor.
Psychic disfavor?
One has to earn one's success, even if one is a police officer. Handouts are nothing but manipulation. All they do is make you dependent.
Certainly there are good things to be said about dependence.
They just make you dependent. Oh my god, this lady. Capitalism over here. It would forge ties between us working people, good practice for fighting our common enemy. You misunderstand me. I'm a powerful feudal lord. I demand tribute. This is about traditions. Damn, you're right. What kind of a business relationship would that kickstart? Excuse me, I don't even know why I said that. Oh, no. I don't think the communism aspect is going to work on her, but I don't know. That's kind of the kind of guy he is so far. Practice for fighting our common enemy.
Now, hey there. Sounds like someone isn't taking responsibility for the energy they bring into this space. Fighting enemy. My philosophy is everyone just getting along.
So you're the owner of this store?
I am. The proudest owner of our little shop of culture.
Voice is high-pitched as if to give it more penetration. What if I want to buy a book? Girl outside mentioned this place is cursed. Your daughter is the one standing outside the store, right?
Annette, yes, my daughter. I hope she wasn't slacking off again with her nose in science fiction. Tell me, was she at her post doing her job like a proper girl?
My god. Could you just let her live her life, please? She's just a child at her post like a proper girl. Yes,
Wonderful.
Of course.
Did you talk to her? Great.
Yes.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how compelled were you to buy books after talking with her?
I'm not going to grade a human being. I don't do that.
Come now, it's not personal. It's about proper sales practices and market research. I expect an answer.
I don't want to play into this. But I also don't want her to, like, give her daughter shit. Alright, 10, she's very polite and helpful.
My precious, her dedication brings joy to my heart. If you have children, I hope they turn out as great as my Annette.
The way you're handling her strikes me as wrong. Quite the trooper, a value add. Here to dismantle the free market and abolish child labor. I guess she's a trooper, all right. She looks like she can take it, but it's actually wearing her down. You know, she's been biting her nails. I don't think that this or this would do well with her. But maybe if we can, like, you know, get to her sense of, like, some kind of, like, motherly sense in her. She's biting her nails. Come on.
God. I've told her not to do that. It's such a disgusting habit. She'll get over it. Anxiety is a part of life.
Oh my god, this is a horrible mother. I don't think she can do anything about it.
She can, if she has enough willpower. This is what's called growing pains. Life isn't easy. Life doesn't give breaks.
Come on, ma'am. It's obvious she can't do anything about it. You are placing an unnecessary burden on a young child.
You're doing this wrong. Even I know that, and I usually don't know anything. This is true, and obviously the will of the market, but maybe an exception for your daughter. Yeah, actually, it's super alright for kids to chew their hands off. Forget I said anything. Yeah, come on. Even I know that's wrong.
She stands stiff and severe, silently fuming. 10 or so seconds pass without change. She's looking for one, but there simply aren't any good arguments for being an asshole.
Oh no. Hold on. I need to invite her inside and apologize. She must be freezing out there.
Is she saying that seriously? Because that almost sounded sarcastic, but she did exhale sharply, and her shoulders slumped.
There. I don't know what to say to you. My husband, he tries to teach me business lessons. I have what my mother called a dull mind. All this stress.
She stops, but her mouth keeps moving. Is the husband Annette's father? Is she an only child? She told me she doesn't go to school anymore. Oh yeah, come on, we gotta support the daughter.
She's been too busy helping me here. So she studied at home this trimester. This is a temporary solution, of course. I assure you, I of all people understand the importance of education. She will be back in school the moment the store takes off.
What if the store doesn't take off?
And hell freezes over? Never mind. It's not a good topic to get into.
Is this husband Annette's father?
My husband is a successful entrepreneur east of the river. If only he were more involved in the business we're running up here. No matter. Soon we'll both be off for Grand Couronne.
What is Grand Couronne? And your husband's also involved. Yeah, what is Grand Couronne?
It's a proper place to live. One of the most peaceful neighbourhoods east of Jamrock. You may know it for its massive housing projects. Most of the buildings are empty at the moment. It's a great opportunity to get ahead of the crowds. Better times ahead for sure.
And your husband's also involved with the bookstore.
He made the initial investment. Since then, he's been what you might call a silent partner.
This guy sounds kind of shitty. Just completely uninvolved in either his wife or daughter's lives, and then just has them working for him, basically.
Super silent. Almost inaudibly so.
Is she an only child?
Yes, I'm afraid so. A real treat she is. It would be nice if she had... No, we couldn't have afforded more children, really. Not in this economy.
But you could afford to invest in a bookshop.
A glimmer of sadness blinks through the well-crafted exterior.
Why not?
We're quite busy people, you know, my husband and I. Quite busy. Children are a lot of work. You don't look like a father, so I don't expect you to understand. I'm sorry. I'm sure you do understand.
All right, I had something
The woman
else.
looks aloof, her features much softer. Occasionally she glances at her daughter's silhouette.
What if I want to buy a book?
Goodness, you were already doing good, browsing the shelves. Why'd you stop? Don't you feel compelled? Go, go. Get back there. The books await you.
So what types of books do you have?
Everything is on the shelves. Take a look yourself. The shelves compel you, don't they?
All right, fine. I'll
She
take a look.
smiles and nods, seemingly relieved.
Oh, she doesn't. She did say she's got a dull mind, so she probably doesn't even really know. Oh, at least the daughter got to come inside out of the cold.
I'm sorry, sir. I can't talk right now. I'm very busy with my homework. I have so much homework now.
Yeah, yeah, do your homework.
Out of the rain and into the gutter.
Oh, we did, because we got a +1. It's still low. Oh, okay. Can we ask her anything else that might give us a plus? What are you doing now?
It's really difficult. Like, really. They say you need it to get rich. Better than standing outside in the cold, I guess.
Can I, like, visual calculus some help for her?
Oh, I found something while you were away.
What is
I
it?
thought this would fit you. Like, thanks for helping out. Not me. The city, I mean. Like a detective does.
She gives you a hat almost exactly like the one Dick Mullen wears on the covers. Wait, where did you get it? It's a fedora? A detective hat? I get it. I can look just like Dick Mullen, except I'm an actual police officer. Where did you get it?
Just what Dick Mullen would ask. I got it from behind the curtains. I'm not really supposed to go there.
It's a fedora?
Maybe. It's the hat Dick Mullen wears all the time. You'll look way more serious with that. Right, I have to get back to my homework now, before Mum notices. Man, this is hard.
Oh, come on. Let me give her some visual calculus. Come on. But, alright, let's re-roll on the 78%. Come on, why does this feel familiar?
You have absolutely no idea. Familiar? How? You must have forgotten something you heard again.
I think suggestion is my very lowest. Yeah, it is at 0. And I've got a -1 from some item I'm wearing. Alright, see you around. But let's also check. Well, first, what is the -1? For my white satin shirt. Because it's stinky. Look at the stains on it. What does this give me? Oh, +1 encyclopedia. If anything, this wide-rimmed hat looks even better than the hat Dick Mullen wears. Dick Mullen is stupid and not even real. You're real. Your brain is real. Your real brain is inside the hat. Oh, look at that. He's such a mess. He's got this fedora. He's got, like, his vomit-stained shirts. And, like, look at the jacket he's got. That blazer is a mess. He's wearing big rubber gloves and carrying a bag of just recycling. What's 6 bottles in it? Oh, I can make some money. Book collects the national recipes of Arda. They're all about lake trout. Quaint picture, book brochure, very colorful. It's a tome of fascist magic, rather candid. Oh, what is this back here? Another boring book, just discarded here.
This bookstore is not strictly about crime, romance, and biographies of famous people. There's also a wide range of paranatural literature.
Look through the
Amidst the
shelf.
various books, you find one written by someone named Matthias W. Dundas. It's about wholeness, unity, balance.
It's like the first time I think I've heard him actually pronounce something that I think he pronounced incorrectly. Because every time I've seen that name, it's been Matthias.
These 3 things are very important to the working class mind. The point of the book, and many others on this shelf, is to give people medicinal advice in situations where they don't have access to paid health services.
Is this like a... I mean, it does say wholeness, unity, and balance, so it's going to be like some kind of holistic mumbo-jumbo, right? How does
It
that
serves
work?
platitudes, while also telling everyone that traditional medicine, the kind people don't have access to and which costs more than this book, is garbage and would only give you cancer anyway, without even curing your cold or anything.
If I ask the shopkeep, she's going to say these books are great, isn't she?
Wholeness, unity, balance, on the other hand, can basically take care of anything. Though it is important to note, when it's up to your mind to heal yourself, then it's because of your mind that you're ill in the first place.
I want to keep going down it, but I also want to just be like, Does the book say anything
The book
else?
features chapters on topics such as how to find magnesium. It even lists plants you can harvest magnesium from. How to continue drinking if you're an alcoholic who has destroyed his liver. And
No, you should not be encouraging that in people.
there's even a chapter on the ancient Seraise tradition of using duck gallbladder preservatives to treat and prevent sexually transmitted diseases. Pre and post factum apply. Nothing worth buying.
Storekeep, what books are these?
Sir, please, no browsing in that shelf. That wisdom is not for free.
Wisdom.
I can't have you end up, like, opening a police store next door and stealing my customers. Oh no!
What? What? Jeez. Dull mind.
Several maps have been attached to a bulletin board hidden inside the alcove. They're held up by small pins. The board has come loose from one corner. The maps look old and faded. Your eye catches a map of Insulinda, a map of Revachol, and a map of Martinez.
Look at the map of Insulinda.
This large map displays archipelagos. You see a constellation of small dots on the light blue emptiness of the Insulindic Ocean. The largest in the northeast is La Caillou. You are here. Another far away in the southwest, Seminese Islands, Ile de Fantôme. Ozon, Laurentide, Fas à la Mer, Archipelagos, North Arcade Islands, all just specks of dust on the vastness of the Insulindic. On the edges of the map, the color fades into a blur of dotted lines, black and white.
So all of those areas are just in the Insulinde. The sea.
Disintegrating into mathematics.
And there's still so many other places.
In the northeast, a dust mite stands on the north coast of Caillou in a bookstore. It's you.
Squint first. Can you see cities on the islands?
You can. On Caillou, Revachol, a single black star. On Ozon, Fondelier, and Vilmandu. On Archipelagos, Croyan Moran, Villiers. On Seminine, Olduvai, and on Laurentide, Deora of the Seven Seas. 850 million people live on these little dots, an oceanic world of culture and commerce torn apart by history. The ocean breaks apart into a tangle of cosines and azimuths, all pointing into pale nothingness. Windy is the north azimuth. Grad is the northeast azimuth. Samara is the east azimuth. Seol is the west azimuth. Isolas, they're called. Connections to other worlds, words past the Insulindian, unknown to you. You only know you've never been there. You have little idea what they are. Distant stars, gods, but looking at them makes you feel almost non-existent. Whatever they are, the Isolas are immeasurably large compared to you, and very, very far away.
Oh, that was an impossible check. I didn't even notice because I'm so used to passing encyclopedia that one actually failed.
Perhaps they are gods, gods of distance and outer dust.
Oh. What do you have to pass an impossible encyclopedia? So, I mean, it's still a roll of the dice as far as I'm aware. And with my hat on, I'm at 7. Look at Revachol.
The north coast of a verdant island is shattered by the delta of a river. It is the River Esperance. Countless bridges put the shards back together, connecting city blocks to river islands. La Delta says a great artificial heart in the center, teeming with life forms and construction. To the east, rolling hillsides, Le Jardin, Stella Marie, the suburbs of Saint-Baptiste, swallowed up into the megacity. They sound rich to you. This is Revachol East.
And west, I assume, is the poor people?
Hudon, it's somewhere to live. Not bad. Then there's Jamrock. It's bad. People shouldn't live there, but they do. Then Forberg. It's almost as bad, and much larger. Then Coal City. It's the worst.
Yeah, with a name like Coal City, I don't expect it to be very good. And Martinez?
It's so small you can't even see it on the map. No, wait. There it is. North of Jamrock, the strip of coast next to the Greater Revachol Industrial Harbour. It looks downright despondent. It's almost Coal City, to be honest.
Alright, zoom in to Martinez.
It's not really a map. It's a tourist thing. A picture postcard with buildings on it, drawn from an isometric perspective. A date in the upper right corner says 48. Still, it's detailed. Could be pretty useful for scouting ahead. You see the jagged boxes of an industrial harbor, even the whirling in rags there.
Storpkey, can I buy these maps?
I'm sorry, officer. The map of Martinez is the only one available. The other two are not for sale anymore. And besides, you could scarcely afford them. They're quite valuable, though they might not look it. The map of Martinez is 90 cents, though.
Why is the one of Martinez so cheap?
That old thing. It's an out-of-date map of a tourist location that never was nor came to be. From when some design studio people tried to spruce the place up 4 or 5 years ago. They also renovated the horse statue, set up those coin-operated viewers, and designed the new street lamps.
So all that stuff, they tried to make it a tourist destination, and that obviously did not go over.
The place does not look like a successful tourist trap, does it?
What happened?
They didn't get that far, for some reason. A shame the project never got going. Would be nice if someone fixed Martinez up. All these ruins are bad for business.
Buy the map, or I'm not gonna steal, especially with Kim here. All right, 90 cents. I thought she said it was 50. Didn't she say it was 50 cents? Oh, it's 90 cents. Okay. Boop, boop. Come on. I want to buy the map.
Always good to be informed of your surroundings.
She basically tells me it's worthless, and then it's like, it's a good buy. Let's see it. A worn and torn map of the Martinez area dating from 48. A title on the top reads, Bienvenue à Ravachol. It's a bit out of date, as it was originally created by a design studio in a failed attempt to spruce up Martinez and turn it into a fancy tourist location. And
The worn map features the patchwork grid of the streets of Martinez, with directions to appropriately touristy locations. Year 48 resides on the upper right corner.
trace a path through the grid.
Your finger moves through the various streets, across Rue de Saint-Ghislain and Rue Saint-Sipar, over Saint-Brun and Martinez North, finally coming to a halt on the spot where you are currently standing, although the map gives no such indication itself.
For a more detailed view of the map, go to your journal and select the Map tab.
Oh, nice. I was going to say, does it actually let me look at it? So, the map away. Go to the Map tab in the journal. Oh, yeah, look, we actually do get a map. Oh, that's nice. Okay. And it shows me where all the stuff is. Nice. Okay. So we can't go over to the church and the shacks yet. We've been down by like the waterfront, but we can't cross over the what's it called? I want to say dam, but it's not a dam. It's whatever. It's the water thing, the floodgate, whatever. You know what I mean. So what do we have? An impossible check. The backyard wall. Oh, is that the one on the Eternite? The mirror, impossible. Medium on that one. Medium suggestion, but that's going to be hard. Pain threshold. Oh, the pile of Eternite was a perception. Okay. What was the backyard wall? Oh, that was the big wall that we were like, what kind of mural could go on here? Okay. Sleeping dock worker, challenging. Tommy is formidable. A lot of these are just impossibles and legendaries.
The plaque on the shelf reads, Biographies of Famous People. You see a large variety of names, none of which ring a bell.
Storekeep, anything of note in this shelf?
I would say... The Greatest Innocence. Yes, most certainly. It's an important educational tool, delving into the depths of history, religion, and their relation to innocentic power.
Who or what is an innocence? Great, I don't need to know anymore. All right.
A very influential historical figure. But surely I don't have to tell you that. You're a law officer, and law officers have at least some education. The book is also very daring. The author aims to re-examine the universal understandings of the innocentic system, creating a fresh vantage point and a shift in the tired order of things.
Innocentic system. What is that supposed to mean? The Great Innocence. I still don't know what you're talking about with innocentic power. I thought it was about which of these innocences is the coolest and greatest, so you recommend it? I don't need to know anything more. Yeah, is it about the coolest and the greatest?
Perhaps for a layman, deep analysis is necessary to peel back the multi-layered meanings.
Do her words seem vague and abstract to you?
Oh, absolutely. She's just saying nonsense. It's like, she's like, where was it? Let's see. So, it's an educational tool about relation of all these things to innocentic power. And, you know, it's something I shouldn't have to tell you because you are educated. And it's so daring. It aims to re-examine the innocentic system and a fresh vantage point and a shift in the tired order of things. All right, so do you recommend it?
Certainly. It's prudent for a person to have at least an elementary understanding of history and society. Imagine the chaos we'd be in otherwise.
You feel like you should get this one. Definitely. It's important somehow. There's something personal inside.
Really? I don't have that much money. I mean, I've got the money, but I need to hang on to my money right now. The map I got just because I was hoping it would actually open up a map for me. All right, let's glance around.
Browsing through all the books with all their names makes your head spin. None of these seem important or relevant. It's all just vapid egoism. Suddenly, a particularly odd title catches your eye. It reads, High Speed Love, the tragic true love story of Jacob Irv and Alfie Delatraz, by one Cecilia Averbrook.
What's it about?
High Speed Love chronicles the romance between two of the finest tip-top tourney racers in history. One of them is the madcap driver, Jacob Irv. His blonde mane graces the cover. Next to Irv's life story, you see a slim biography of an Occidental rock star called the Anti-Star. He's famous for shooting morphine into one of his eyeballs and cocaine into the other.
Odd.
Next to that, Revacholian radio personality Guillaume Bevy stands in front of a rundown drug den. He's a permanent fixture on Channel 8, reporting on real-life crime and ruining cops' days.
I really must insist you buy one of the books. Reading them is not for free. Do still browse, though, but not too long.
This makes me think of there's this coffee shop here called Coffee or Tea, and they've blocked up all of the outlets in the shop so that if you come in and you like bring a laptop, you can't plug in because they don't want you sitting for too long. And if you actually sit around for too long, they'll ask you to leave because they don't want their tables being taken up. But they're still popular somehow.
I'm sorry, I did not mean to rush you. You are browsing. Go ahead. Take your time. Time is commerce.
Did I look at this one?
These shelves are overburdened with books from the same series. You see the name Dick Mullen over and over.
Like my hat.
A couple of spook novels hide amidst all the detective books. Thrilling tales of spycraft and daring do.
Storekeep, what's all this crime fiction?
Oh, crime, robberies, murders, even sexual crimes. We're fortunate to have Dick Mullen and his stories to sort all that out. You're a A police officer, apparently.
Apparently.
You should buy all of these. They really do teach a person how to be a proper detective.
Were you just saying that I have an education and now you're like, why don't you go get educated by this fictional detective?
Crime fiction is a disgrace. An asinine misrepresentation of the physical attributes of the arduous everyday work of actual police officers. These books greatly overstate the excitement of police work, glossing over how long it takes to actually follow up on leads and eliminate dead ends. What's more, they completely ignore the psychological hardships of year after year coming into contact with people during the worst days of their lives. Not a single mention of all the stress this work creates upon the officer's family. Detective fiction just doesn't tell the truth at all. Now, would you like a list of all the books found on the shelf?
Oh, let's do it. Sure thing.
You see Dick Mullen on the job. Get Me Mullen. The Stalwart Adventures of Richard P. Mullen. Dick Mullen and the Murder in the Orchard. The Sordid Affair of Dick Mullen. A killing is declared. Dick Mullen in the Murder House. The Final Case of Dick Mullen. An Obvious Lie. Dick Mullen in the Clock Tower. The Ordeals of Dick Mullen. Dauntless Dick. Dick Mullen's Funeral Pyre. The Murder of Dick Mullen.
You mean Dick Mullen dies?
Oh no, turns out he faked it to solve a case.
Hey, are there more?
Yes, there's also The Dame Who Did It. Farewell, My Mullen. Faking death seems to be a common trope in the Mullen series. The morbid tales of Dick Mullen. A dark tide turns.
They really spent so much time developing just the most mundane parts of this world. I love it.
Tragedy Calls for Dick Mullen. Another one with fake death. And, of course, Dick Mullen, the murderer. In order to catch a murderer, Dick Mullen must become the murderer. After all this, you still haven't found the answer to the one question that matters. Who is Dick Mullen?
Oh, we got a 72%. Who is Dick Mullen?
Your attempt to grasp at the answer fails. It seems very close by, pulsating just out of reach.
That was 72%. I failed it. Okay. Well, maybe we'll get it later. Did I get any more experience? Did I get enough to put another point in? 95. Oh, I need 5 more points. Is there someone else around? Oh, I could rifle through Kib's car, because there are still some options in there. But I think I'm at time for today. So next time, we're going to mess around in his car and hopefully get another 5 experience points. And then we can put that in Inland Empire and go back and retry that check on the Hanged Man. So until then, thank you for joining me, and good night.